mtengenezaji wakati tuko mnatengeneza wakati bunge inaanza.
Shall we pray? Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and a faithful manner, as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interests you've committed to our charge. Amen. Next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
There are no messages. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
There are no petitions. Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
There are statements that will be sought. The first statement will be from the Honorable Jane Gituku. If she's not available, we will proceed to the second statement from the Honorable Francis Kuria.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Francis Kuria from Malewa West Ward. With your permission, sir, Honorable Speaker, according to, Honorable Speaker, Person Standing Order 47-2C, I hereby request for a statement from the chairperson of the Sectoral Committee on Health Services regarding an ambulance that was designated for use in Malewa West Ward. Honorable Speaker, ambulance services play a crucial role in provision of health services by ensuring that a health care facility is capable of promptly responding to health care emergencies that occur outside and the vicinity of the health care facility. Honorable Speaker, ambulance also facilitate efficient and patients to the health care facility as the health care works help to administer first aid and other minor treatments before the patient arrives at the health facility to receive further specialized treatment, helping save lives that could have been otherwise lost in the process. Honorable Speaker, an ambulance was purchased by the county government of Nakuru during the second county government for the use by health facilities in Malewa West Ward. Honorable Speaker, the county government of Nakuru later on transferred the ambulance for use in other wards, hence provision of health care services has been greatly hampered due to lack of standby for emergency medical services in Malewa West Ward. Honorable Speaker, it's on this note that I'm requesting the Department of Health Services under the county government of Nakuru to ensure the swift and timely reassignment of the ambulance back to Malewa West Ward at the earliest convenient time, which is not later than 1st May 2025. Honorable Speaker, this ambulance was donated or was given to Malewa West Ward to serve a health center, that is Karati Health Center, where Malewa West Ward comprises 4 health centers, 4 facilities. That is Kasarani Dispensary, that is DTI Dispensary. Now we have the main one, that is Karati Health Center. We have the Gatamayo Health Center. Honorable Speaker, the Karati Health Center, where this ambulance was designated to, it's the center of the Malewa West Ward, where also it's also the center of the other 3 facilities. Honorable Speaker, when I'm requesting this statement, my vehicle, I've been using it as an ambulance in my ward, where I reside near Karati Health Center. I therefore, Honorable Speaker, have this statement on this ambulance so that it can serve the great people of Malewa, noting that the vastness of Malewa Westward, which is very big in terms of radmass, and also the geographical location and the features on how it is located geographically. I therefore, Honorable Speaker, with your permission, beg to give this request so that we can be having the way forward on this issue. I beg to give.
Thank you. The Honorable Francis Kuria. Chairman, Committee on Health Services. That seems to be an express issue. So how much time do you need to respond to such an express issue?
Traditionally, Mr. Speaker, I would request for 21 days. And however, if earlier before that we'll have gotten the responses, we are going to give the responses to Honorable Member on time.
Honorable Chair, 21 days that's a long time because it's an ambulance that was bought for the purposes of that ward. So you have a maximum of 14 days because it's an issue of liaising with the department and saying, where is the ambulance? So 14 days would be sufficient for that particular response. Thank you.
Noted.
Maiella Ward Jane, presenting a statement in pursuant to our standing order 47, clause 2C, and I hereby request for a statement from the chairperson of the Sectoral Committee on Lands, Housing and Physical Planning regarding the implementation of the ad hoc committee report on NGATI Farm conflict alternative dispute resolution in Maiella Ward, Naivasha. Honorable Speaker, this is an ad hoc committee that sat in 2021-2022, but the community is yet to receive a comprehensive report. Honorable Speaker, the Constitution of Kenya and the National Lands Commission Act 2012 gives provisions for the counties to be involved in land management and administration. Honorable Speaker, NGATI Farmers Cooperative Society that is located in Maiella, Naivasha Sub-County has for the past decade been faced with various disputes concerning the division of land among its members. Members of NGATI Cooperative Society sought intervention so that you get a lasting solution that would enable the bona fide members of the society get value for their shares. Honorable Speaker, aware that the Department of Lands received the copy of the ad committee on 22nd June 2021 to implement the resolution to the status of implementation of the ad hoc committee resolutions on NGATI farm conflict alternative dispute resolutions in Maiella Ward and Sub-County so that we may be able to know how to forge the way forward. Honorable Speaker, sir, I wish to lay that statement.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Maiella. Chairperson, Committee on Lands, Housing and Physical Planning. The Vice Chairperson. A member or members. We've got only one member for that particular committee. Members. The reason for this, why I'm calling up members, is the Committee on Lands and Physical Planning is number 2 in having the many unresolved petitions for and on behalf of the people of this great county. So also this is an express matter because it's a question of whether the department has knowledge about the same. So you have 14 days to respond to the honorable member for Maiella. 14 days. Thank you. The honorable member for Viwandani, the honorable Mwangi Muraya, not Viwandani, Flamingo Ward. It's David Muraya, not Joseph Muraya. It's David Muraya. Sorry for that mix-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity. For a statement from the chairperson of Secretarial Committee on Environment, Energy and Water and Natural Resources concerning the recent questionable and I don't know whether, Mr. Speaker, this is working. Increase in water tariff by Nakuru Water and Sanitation Services Company, NAWASSCO, in the area of jurisdiction. Honorable Speaker, Kenya has recognized water and sanitation as a basic human right as stipulated in the constitutions of 2010. There has been a public outcry on the recent questionable and injustifiable increase in water tariff. The residents from the area of jurisdiction are calling for NAWASSCO to review the new billing system and clarify the reason behind the sudden increase, with many hoping for a more transparent and process and better communication for the utility company. Honorable Speaker, water management being crucial to the surrounding community in general, it will be well taken off, since it has caused a distress to the residents served by the NAWASSCO, as many residents from the jurisdiction are facing financial constraint due to inflated charges. Honorable Speaker, access to clean and affordable water being fundamental rights, and billing being imperative practices, it should be transparent and fair. And hence, the outcry should be addressed with urgency. I therefore seek to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Committee on Environment, Energy, Water and Natural Resources to respond to the following. 1, whether the CEC, Member for Environment, Energy and Water and Natural Resources, is aware of recent questionable and unjustifiable increase in water bills by Nakuru Water and Sanitation Services Company, NAWASSCO. 2, Mr. Speaker, the reason behind the sudden increase in water billing by NAWASSCO. And 3, mitigation measure to solve public outcry of recent questionable and unjustifiable increase in water bills by NAWASSCO. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable David Muraya from Flamingo Ward. The Chairperson, Committee on Environment, Energy, Water and Natural Resources. Yeah, you also have quite a number of issues or business lying before the committee. So this is a matter of water, and it's a matter of interest to the residents of Flamingo Ward. So our committee has 21 days to respond and to give a detailed report or response in this House. Thank you.
Noted, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The Honorable Nixon Morogo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'm Honorable Nixon Morogo, representing Solai Ward. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 47 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson Committee on Lands, Housing and Physical Planning regarding to ownership documents for Arus Dispensary in Solai Ward. Honorable Speaker, cognizant that the land survey and mapping boundaries, fencing is devolved function, the Department of Land Physical Planning, Housing and Urban Development is mandated to ensure that all public utilities are mapped and titled done. Arus Dispensary is located in Solai Ward, Rongai Sub-County in Nakuru County. That's 7. Honorable Speaker, from the Solai Ward budget kit for the fiscal year 2022-2023, an amount of 800,000 was allocated to finalize the payment to the landowner to enhance the transfer of 2 acres of the parcel of land to Arus Dispensary. However, the owner, Mr. Kipkemoi, has been hesitant to transfer the remaining 1 acre of land to Arus Dispensary. Hence, the lack of clear mapping, fencing of the facility. Honorable Speaker, in view to this, I request the Chairperson Committee on Land, Housing and Physical Planning, in liaison with the Chairperson Committee on Health Services, to issue a statement concerning the following. 1, whether the Department of Health Services is aware of land ownership dispute between Arus Dispensary and the owner of the land, Mr. Kipkemoi. 2nd, the status of ownership document for Arus Dispensary. 3rd, a copy of agreements between the county government and the landowner, Mr. Kipkemoi, for the 1 acre piece of land which the dispensary lies on. 4th, evidence and amount paid by county government to Mr. Kipkemoi for the 1 acre piece of land. 5th, measures the county department has put in place to address the long-standing dispute between the landowner and the dispensary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. The Honorable Nixon Morogo. This is quite an interesting situation. And so the Chair Committee on Health Services and the members present in this House for Lands, kindly note this. We will allow you some more time because now these are an issue of land ownership. To be able to do a thorough investigation, should it, even if the department is not willing to give a comprehensive report on these, then I think these are matters that can be picked up by the committee. But we hope, because it's a request for statement, that the Committee on Health and the Committee on Lands, they'll be able to, the department will be able to respond satisfactorily. However, now that the member for Solai, the honorable member from Solai, indicates that the facility is built on a private land, that is serious. And so you will have 30 days, that is 1 month, to respond before this House. And so that is also urgent because of the nature of the public facilities in jeopardy. We do not want to have a situation where the public facilities are built on, private land. So take note, the Chair Committee on Health Services and also the members present for lands and physical planning. Thank you. There is a response for request for statement by the Honorable Chairperson, Committee on Health Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to respond to a statement that was sought by Honorable Mwaura, the member for Molo Ward. Honorable Speaker, on 30th October 2024, Honorable Mwaura requested for a statement from the chairperson of Faith Committee, which is myself, regarding the renovation works at Molo Sub-County Hospital. Upon receipt of the requested statement, the Committee on Health Services wrote to the CCM Health Services on 4th November 2024 concerning the statements as follows. Covered. Number 1, kitchen, demolition and alteration, 140,000. Wiring, 23,000. Roof, 1.6 million. Doors, 85,000. Windows, 176,920. Finishes, 3,365,685. Covered walkways, substructure, 2.3. Steel superstructure, 792. Roof, 1.4. External works, masonry, fence, paint, 375. Appearance dropping area, 1.12. Prime costs and provisional sums, that is signboard, 50. Supervision fee, infrastructure, 50,000. Department project coordination and PMC, 50,000. Contingency, 500. Cost estimates, value of the work, as per the engineer's estimates, was 12,412,905. Progress status. Mr. Speaker, this came before the committee had gone onto the ground, and we went actually as a part of the follow-up to know the kind of the scopes of works that were being done or were being undertaken by that department. And the progress status currently that they have already covered, they said there is demolition that had been done 100%. There was a wiring works that was done 100%. We also found that there were roof works that were done 90%, that is including the ceilings. And by the time we visited there, they were saying they had done 100%, but we found some defaults there because even the ceilings, that is the lock to the ceilings, had already fallen. And therefore, I believe that there are some works that ought to be done. There is doors, they claim 100%. There are windows that they had said that they had done 23%. But at the time of the visit of the committee, to them, they had intimated that actually they had done 90%, but there are some windows that were not changed. They are the original windows. When the kitchen was burning, those are the same windows that we found there. Finishes, they were saying it's 20%. Covered walkway. Substructure, they were saying it is 90%. Steel substructure, superstructure, it's 90%. That's what they had said. Roof, they were saying it is 90%. The external works, masonry fence, paint works, and ambulance dropping area. By the time of our visit, it was around 90%, and we did not see the masonry fence. Maybe that one is to be undertaken. I don't know when, but we have already invited. By yesterday, we had invited the CC Public Works, that is infrastructure and the public works, to come and elaborate this BQ. But unfortunately, he got actually held up at the finance committee, and we are waiting for more elaboration of this. And because we have a report that we are going to generate out of that, Mr. Speaker, I would wish that the member allow us still that time that we'll be reporting back because we visited that area. But this is the second time I'm tabling this report, and it has some pictorial evidence of what had happened. We have the pictures of the burned down kitchen, Mr. Speaker. We have the roofing and what they were doing when they were roofing. We have the pictorial of the warings of the kitchen, and also some installations of two pots, that's gourd drums. They have some gourd drums there, big pots. And also we have the pictorial evidence of the already roofed fence. We also have the walk paths, though not complete. And these ones will be captured by our reports because the committee visited there. And therefore, I would wish for the purpose of this statement to respond to that level. However, knowing that the report by next week, because we'll be expecting the CC to come together with the director to elaborate, or rather to give the clarity and interpretation of the BQs, because the department said categorically they don't actually, they don't do BQ works, and they don't supervise even the works. They say that these are works of the public works. So we are waiting for the CCM for the purpose of that report that I believe it will be calling the whole thing as far as that report. And on next Wednesday, I believe we'll be here to give that report, and the committee will have given its recommendation as far as those works are concerned. Therefore, for the purpose of this statement, I would wish that we dispense it, knowing that the report will be covering the whole thing. This is just but a report from the executive, but our report, because we visited the press, we saw what the works that they have been done, and other works that are entails to this BQ. We are waiting for that explanations and elaboration. Once that will be elaborated, therefore, we are going to give also our view, because the purpose of the statement was what the members thought, but he requested us, because he was not satisfied with whatever was given. We go onto the floor, or onto for more information, and we are actually concluding that report, and next Wednesday we'll be dispensing, or rather we'll be doing away with this business of Moro Kitchen, and I believe by so doing, the member will be satisfied with the work of the report, because he's also a member, and he was there, we were together with him. I believe proper reports and proper responses, not from the department, but from the committee itself, is going to be given, so that we can be able to do away. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I would wish to request the member to request us to admit that this is the statement that has been responded, but for the purpose of any other matter, the committee will be generating that report, and the report is ready, awaiting only the conclusion of the kitchen is concerned. Therefore, I beg to respond to that statement to that level.
Thank you, the Honorable Chair, Committee on Health Services. The member for Molo, the Honorable Guarenganga, the DS. Are you in agreement, or what's your third point?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to commend the good work that the Committee on Health has done to the people of Molo, but there was a prayer that we had requested that the process of payments be halted before the process of going through the project is completed. We had made that prayer, and we are still making the same prayer, that project should not be paid before the people of Molo are certified that they have gotten value for the money that was allocated for that project.
So, Chair, what comment can you make?
So thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, last time we did grant that prayer to the member, and we said that that communication ought to have been circulated to the executive. And Mr. Speaker, I believe that statement that I have responded to have not caveated or have not actually negated the responses and the prayer that we issued earlier. And I believe the report will be covering the whole thing. If there be any negotiation from what we had resorted earlier, I believe the report will be able to cover the whole thing. Therefore, the status quo still stands. What we had requested earlier still stands. Until now, more elaborations that will be coming from the CC. Once actually the CC will be able to give us what they meant by that BQs, or rather the quantities of those BQ, or rather that BQ that they generated, then from there, the committee is going to make its own observation and its own conclusions, and they are going to advise further. But as for now, Mr. Speaker, the same prayer that the member had sorted, I believe, still stands, and the report is going actually to do more elaboration. And if there is other costs, and there will be no value even for the money, the report is going actually to address itself as far as that is concerned. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the committee is concerned, the prayer that the member had sought still stands.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Molo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm just requesting your office maybe to facilitate a communication to the executive so that the payment can be halted. Thank you.
The Honorable Member for Molo, the Deputy Speaker. I think we can do a follow-up on this later after this sitting on how the matter proceeds from here. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
There is a motion by the Honorable Chairperson, Committee on PAIC.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My name is Simon Kamau Karanja, MCA Kihingo. Kihingo is in Molo Sub-County, Mr. Speaker, sir. And of course, I'm the chair of the Committee on Public Accounts and Investment Committee. I'm here, of course, to move a motion, Mr. Speaker, that on behalf of the members of the County Assembly, Public Accounts and Investment Committee, I beg to move the adoption of the report of the Committee on the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the Level 4 hospitals. For the Level 4 hospital, for this particular case, we are not dealing with many hospitals, but one, Mirugi Kariuki, of Nakuru County Government for the year that ended 30th June 2022. Mr. Speaker, the Public Accounts and Investment Committee is a select committee that is established under the Standing Order number 188 and is responsible for the examination and the working of public accounts and investments. Among many other functions, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee does the following. One is that it examines the accounts showing the appropriation of the sum voted by the House to meet the public expenditure and of such other accounts laid before the House as the committee may think it fit. Number two, Mr. Speaker, examine the reports and accounts of the public investments. Number three, examine the reports, if any, of the Auditor General on the public investment. And I think that is why I'm standing here, because there is a report from the Office of the Auditor in as far as Mirugi Kariuki Level 4 Hospital is concerned. Number four, Mr. Speaker, is that the committee is also supposed to examine in the context of the autonomy and efficiency of the public investments, whether the affairs of the public investments are being managed in accordance with sound financial or business principles and prudent commercial practices. Mr. Speaker, the committee is comprised of about 13 honorable members, and of course, the honorable members have got that one in their system. They can be able to see the membership of the committee, of course, led by none other than Simon Kamau Karanja, who is standing before the House today. So, Mr. Speaker, there are some challenges that the Committee of Public Accounts is experiencing when it is doing its function. And one of the challenges is that members have noted with concern, Mr. Speaker, that the resources that are allocated to the committee is too little in comparison to the work they are supposed to handle. Mr. Speaker, I believe you are going to agree with me that just the other day, that is specifically yesterday, you made a communication before this House that this committee has got more than 52 reports that is supposed to dispense. And therefore, I want to agree with the committee members that this committee needs more resources so that to perform its work efficiently. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, it is my humble prayer as the chairperson of this particular committee, when we shall be before the liaison committee, I will be putting forward my request that this committee needs to be looked at in as far as resources are concerned, so that at least the resources can go in tandem with the work that is performed by this particular committee. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, as I do this, and I know you are a stakeholder in this, making sure that you allocate the money, and the Deputy Speaker, who is the chair of liaison, is here. So it is my humble plea that when I bring this prayer to you, of course, you are going to consider it, considering, of course, the workload that this committee has. Number two, also, which is a challenge, Mr. Speaker, sir, is that we have the Committee on Implementation. We have brought some reports before this House, and if the recommendations that are put forward by this particular committee are not going to be looked into, and this one is specifically done by the Committee on Implementation. Therefore, because we want to increase efficiency, the reason as to why this committee is trying to bridge those gaps, the financial gaps, is so that now we can increase the efficiency in these facilities now. But if our recommendations will not be considered and acted upon by the Committee on Implementation, then this one will only be good in paper. But practically, Mr. Speaker, sir, services are going to be affected in these facilities. And that is why I'm requesting, and we are seeing it as a challenge, that the Committee on Implementation, through Honorable John Mwangi from Turi, to ensure that the recommendations that are put forward by this committee, he acts on them and on time, Mr. Speaker, so that at least we don't have recurrence of these audit queries year in, year out. And the only person to help us out is Honorable John Mwangi, member for Molo, the chairperson, Committee on Implementation. Mr. Speaker, the committee objectives includes the following. The committee has the following proceedings, Mr. Speaker. The committee held sittings in which it closely examined and had evidence from the management of the said facility, that is Mirugi Kariuki Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, in its inquiry into the audit, into the audit response of Mirugi Kariuki Sub-County Level 4 Hospital. The committee had and received both oral and written evidence from the management. The record of evidence adduced, documents and notes received by the committee form the basis of the committee's objective and recommendations as outlined in the report and can be obtained in the Hansard reports of the committee available in the County Assembly of Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, the committee, after the in-depth insight and engagement with the management, then saw that there was the need to address this issue, and of course we were in tandem with the Office of the Auditor General, and of course we based our arguments on the following subheadings. 1, the report on the financial statements. Number 2, the report on lawlessness and effectiveness in the use of public resources. And number 3, report on effectiveness of internal controls, risk management, and governance. This report, Mr. Speaker, is in accordance with the statutory roles and the responsibilities of the Auditor General, as mandated by Article 229 of the Constitution, the Public Finance Management Act, that is 2012, and the Public Audit Act 2015. Mr. Speaker, the summary of the findings of this particular facility, that is Mirugi Kariuki, the committee had the following findings. 1 is that there was non-disclosure of inventory balance. The hospital's financial statements reflect a nil balance for inventories, and a no-stock balance report was provided as of 30th June 2022. As a result, the management and the control of inventories could not be assessed. Of course, we are going to discuss this in details. Number 2, also, Mr. Speaker, another finding was the outstanding NHIF claims. And of course, this one, as we are going to see later, the facility, that is Mirugi Kariuki, has more than 2 million. To be specific, Mr. Speaker, we have 2,300,230 million that is supposed that the facility is claiming from the NHIF. And Mr. Speaker, sir, considering this facility, and I even wonder who proposed, who did this recommendation that Mirugi Kariuki Hospital is supposed to be a level 4 hospital and not a level 3 hospital, because of the challenges that this particular facility is facing. And of course, Mr. Speaker, even as we discuss, you are going to note, we have so many challenges within the same facility. And therefore, this money being held by NHIF, of course, it is going to cripple the services that are offered by this facility. Over 2 million, Mr. Speaker, and we are going to see later on, they cannot even meet the payment of the wages for the workers. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, 2.3 million is quite a huge amount of money owed to this particular facility by NHIF. Another finding, Mr. Speaker, is that non-disclosure of property, plant, and equipment. Therefore, the hospital financial statement omits several assets, including the lands, the buildings, and some of the equipment, including the computers. We are going to see this. It was not incorporated in their financial statement, Mr. Speaker. Number 4 is that there is failure to transfer revenue to the county revenue fund account. Of course, as by law now, these facilities, the health facilities, they are supposed to transfer the money through a particular account, FIF account, and this one was not done at the time of the audit, Mr. Speaker. Number 5, lack of quarterly revenue reports, and the hospital did not submit quarterly revenue reports to the county treasury as required by regulation, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, I want to go straight away to the reasons as to why the Auditor General referred to this particular report for Mirugi Kariuki Hospital, Level 4 Hospital, to be a qualified opinion. And I want to start with the first one, Mr. Speaker, and this one is unlawful engagement of cash workers. Mr. Speaker, according to the labor laws, the cashiers are supposed to work for days not more than 30 days. And if they exceed 30 days, Mr. Speaker, then it means they are supposed to be converted now from cashiers to term contracts. That one did not happen, Mr. Speaker, and that is why the Auditor General raised a query. Of course, as this is happening, there is some payments that are being made. And of course, it was not captured, because for payments to be made, Mr. Speaker, then the committee and the Auditor General needs to be made aware what the payments are for and for how many number of days. This one was not indicated by the facility management, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, we are saying the Employment Act, that is 2012, Section 57E, which requires an entity to have a policy for recruitment procedures, advertising, and selection criteria, appointment, and appointment process. Mr. Speaker, this one was not followed when the employment of these cashiers was being done. Leave alone the amount of money that they are paid, that one was not provided, and even the procedure for the recruitment was not provided. Again, these cashiers, because of course the facility, they say they have got cashiers, but of course the cashier, for example, and that is the question that we were asking ourselves as a committee. If a cashier, for example, is given maybe the job for slashing that particular compound, we tend to believe that, Mr. Speaker, that the compound cannot be slashed today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Maybe then we need to be told this cashier worker worked specifically for this number of days, and the amount of money that was supposed to be paid for the work done is this amount. That one was not provided for by the management, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the committee, on the same, the committee had the following findings. One, that the hospital engaged cashier workers beyond the stipulated period, that is maybe 30 days and below, contrary to the Section 37 on the Employment Act 2007. Payments made to workers who had been employed for over 3 months violated the Act, as cashier employees should have been converted to term contracts, Mr. Speaker. Number two, absence of proper documentation, such as attendance master rolls, to support the payments made to cashier employees. Number three, management was in breach of Employment Act 2007, Section 37, which states that a cashier employee should be converted to term contract where a cashier employee works for a period or a number of continuous working days, which amounts in the aggregate to the equivalent of not less than 1 month. Mr. Speaker, the committee, after making those establishments and observations, had the following recommendations. One, that the management should be government. But, Mr. Speaker, those people, those medical staff, what they are paid was not indicated in the financial statement of this particular facility, Mr. Speaker. And because of the same, the committee, in as far as this one is concerned, and this is a big concern, Mr. Speaker, because as we are going along other engagements, the committee is noting that the county government of Nakuru is paying some of the ghost workers, some of them who are not working, some of them who retired, and even to make it worse, Mr. Speaker, that the county government is even paying some of the people even who died a long time ago. So we want to assume maybe these are some of the ghost workers that are being paid by the county government of Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, committee itself had the following establishments. The financial statements did not disclose the wages of medical staff employed by the county government of Nakuru, nor the payroll provided for audit verification was not provided. Number two, Mr. Speaker, the hospital received services from medical staff whose remunerations were not disclosed, thus violating the fair presentation under the requirement that under IPSAS. Committee recommendations, after close scrutiny of the issues raised by the Auditor General and the responses provided by the company management, or the facility management for that matter, the committee recommends that the hospital should collaborate with the county government to ensure that the payroll for all medical staff employed by the county is disclosed in future financial statements and made available for audit verification. This one, we made it serious, even for that particular management to know that this one is very serious. This one is a very serious issue, and of course, if it reoccurs again in the next maybe audit for the subsequent year, then we recommend as a committee that a stern action must be taken against the management of the hospital as well as the county government of Nakuru, specifically those in charge of the Department of Health. Mr. Speaker, another audit issue was non-compliance with the requirements in universal health care, UHC. Mr. Speaker, Article 43(1) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 states that every person has the right to the highest attainable standards of health, which includes the right to health care services, including the reproductive health care. Fourth schedule of the same constitution, Mr. Speaker, captures the following as the role of county government. County government has facilities and pharmacies, ambulance services, promoting primary health care services, licensing and controlling facilities that sell food to the public, and the veterinary services. Mr. Speaker, all these services are supposed to be provided by personnel. Mr. Speaker, the observation that we made as a committee, and of course being guided by the Kenya Quality Model for Health, of course we have the services that are supposed to be provided and the required number of officers who are supposed to provide this particular service. Mr. Speaker, we noted with concern that of course this particular facility is facing a huge shortage of the said officers, and therefore this could compromise the services that are supposed to be provided by this particular facility. And of course, to bring this into clearer picture, we have a table, and I believe honorable members have the same in their particular machines. And this one, for example, requirements for level 4 hospitals. And of course, we said that this one, on paper, this particular facility is referred to as a level 4 hospital. But of course, practically, it is not supposed to. It does not meet the qualifications for being a level 4 hospital, or anywhere near, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, that is why I'm wondering why in the first place it is referred to as a level 4 hospital, Mr. Speaker. Because a level 4 hospital, as it is now, it is supposed to have 16 medical officers, Mr. Speaker, and it is good for honorable members to note this, that they are supposed to have 16 medical officers, but they only have 1. So therefore, they have a deficiency of 15 medical officers. Anesthesiologists, Mr. Speaker, 2, but they have nil. General surgeons, 2, they have nil. Gynecologists, 2, they have nil. Pediatrics, 2, they have nil. Radiologists, 2, they have nil. Kenya registered community health nurses, they are supposed to have 75, but of course, the ones that are there are 13. So short of over 62 health nurses, Mr. Speaker. KECN nurse, they are supposed to be 6, but there are 2. Clinical officer, they are supposed to be 30, but we have only 5. So it is supposed to have a total of 174 officers, Mr. Speaker, but of course, against what they have, 23 only. Mr. Speaker, again, the services that are supposed to be provided by the said officers includes the following. 1, we have surgical. It should be in place in a level 4 hospital, but it is not available. Pediatric, it should be in place, it is not available. Gynecological services, not available. Should be available, not available. Inpatients should be in place, yes, but only the maternity. We have radiology, should be in place, it's not available. Renal dialysis should be in place, it is not available. Tuberculosis management, Mr. Speaker, should be in place, but it is not available. Mortuary and autopsy services, Mr. Speaker, should be in place, but it is not available. And the list, of course, goes all the way, and you can be able to see, honorable members, that due to lack of these officers, automatically the services are going to be compromised. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, on the same, the committee had the following findings. 1, understaffing of health workers. The hospital has a total of 23 health workers, significantly below the the required 137 as per the Kenya quality model for health for a level 4 hospital. This shortage includes critical positions such as medical officer, anesthesiologist, and I think maybe if I'm pronouncing it wrong, we have a doctor in the house by the name Honorable Alex, maybe he can assist me in this. Then we have general surgeons, we have pediatricians, which directly affects the availability to deliver essential services in the said facility, Mr. Speaker. Number 2, limited services available. The hospital does not provide all the services that are mandated for a level 4 facility. Notable missing services include surgical, pediatric, gynecological, radiology, renal dialysis, and advanced life support services. The absence of these services forces patients to travel long distances to access the necessary care, resulting in health risks and, of course, added financial burden. Lack of critical equipment and infrastructure. The hospital, Mr. Speaker, is significantly under-equipped with missing items such as incubators, functional operating theaters, intensive care unit beds, high-dependence unit beds, and renal dialysis machines. The hospital has fewer beds and limited land space compared to the required standard for a level 4 hospital. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, the committee also noted that there is inadequate infrastructure in the said facility. The hospital has only 12 beds, while the requirement for a level 4 hospital is 150 beds. Therefore, it means it has a shortage of more than 138 beds. Additionally, the hospital's land area is of 2.4 acres, that is insufficient compared to the required at least 5 acres for a level 4 hospital. The recommendations of the committee were as follows. 1, urgent staffing enhancement. Number 2, expansion of services. Number 3, procurement of essential medical equipment. Number 4, infrastructural development. Number 5, continuous monitoring and reporting. Some of these challenges, Mr. Speaker, of course, cannot be addressed by the management of the facility. But of course, we requested them that they should make this request to the department. Because of course, issue to do with maybe the health workers, that one is supposed to be addressed partly by the county government of Nakuru specifically through the Public Service Board, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have another audit query, that is long outstanding receivables from the exchange transactions, that is NHIF claims. I think, Mr. Speaker, in my opening statement, I said this, that this particular facility is owed more than 2.3 million by NHIF, and this one automatically, Mr. Speaker, is crippling the services of the said facility, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the committee on the same, that is the claim that the facility is making from the NHIF, the committee had the following findings. 1, the committee financial statements did not reflect the establishment NHIF claims amounting to 2,300,230. Number 2, the hospital failed to provide clear information on how it intends to recover these particular outstanding debts. Number 3, these debts could potentially become bad debts, leading to revenue loss for the said hospital. And Mr. Speaker, remember we are talking about the NHIF, and of course the word has changed from NHIF to, I think, she or sha or shif. Now I don't know whether it is still going to apply, whether they are going to receive this money under NHIF, or of course it is going to be referred to as a bad debt, as indicated by the committee and the Office of the Auditor General, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the recommendation of the committee on the same was as follows, that the committee should expedite, the hospital, sorry, not the committee, the hospital should expedite efforts to recover outstanding NHIF claims by engaging with the relevant authorities and developing a clear strategy to collect the debts. A credit policy should be put in place to manage receivables effectively, Mr. Speaker. But another audit query, Mr. Speaker, is non-disclosure of property, plant, and equipment. The Public Finance Management, that is the County Government Act of 2012, Section 149.20, states that the accounting officer shall ensure that the respective county government entity has adequate systems and processes in place to plan for, procure, account, maintain, store, and dispose of assets, including an asset register that is current, accurate, and available to the relevant county treasury or to the Auditor General. I can confirm this, Mr. Speaker, even as when we were interrogating this particular facility management, this one was not provided for, Mr. Speaker. The only thing that they provided were equipments worth 245,970. But these were just a few equipments. Of course, the other big properties, for example, lands, building, and computers were not included in this asset register, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the committee on the same had the following establishments. One, the hospital failed to include movable and non-movable assets, such as land, building, and computers, in its financial statements, leading to an inaccurate presentation of assets. Number two, inaccurate financial statements, which may mislead stakeholders regarding the hospital's financial position. And the committee on the same had the following recommendation. One, that the hospital should update its asset register, ensure that there is evaluation of assets, and provide accurate documentation regarding the ownership of assets in the financial statement. Mr. Speaker, of concern here to note is that even the land under which this particular facility is established, they don't have the ownership documents. That is the title deed, to be specific. And this one is very risky because the county government and maybe Mheshimiwa from that area is allocating resources to the said facility. But of course, at some point, the owners of that particular land, because the transfer has not taken place yet. So the owners of this particular land can claim their ownership. And maybe by then, the county government had maybe allocated a lot of money to develop that particular facility through either the executive or through the ward kitty, Mr. Speaker, sir. So another one, Mr. Speaker, is that there was failure to transfer the revenue to the county revenue account fund. The statements of the financial performance reflects rendering services, medical services income of slightly over 4 million, Mr. Speaker, as disclosed in Note 7 to the financial statements. However, the amount was not transferred to the county revenue fund account for approval by the controller of budget before withdrawal. This was contrary to the regulation 81, subsection 1 to 3 of Public Finance Management, that is County Government Regulation 2015, which states that the receiver of revenue shall promptly deposit into the county exchequer account all receipts due to the county revenue fund. In the circumstance, the management was in breach of the law. Another audit query, Mr. Speaker, is that there was a lack of quarterly revenue reports. The statement of the financial performance reflects 4,258,338 in relation to the rendering of services. Medical income is disclosed in Note 6 to the financial statement. However, the hospital did not provide evidence to show that the reports were prepared and submitted to the county treasury with a copy to the Auditor General as the requirement of the Regulations 2015, which requires the accounting officer or receiver of revenue or collector of revenue to prepare quarterly reports not less than 15th day after the end of each quarter. Committee made the following establishments, Mr. Speaker. The hospital did not provide, as I have already indicated, that the hospital did not provide evidence that quarterly revenue reports were prepared and submitted to the county treasury and the office of the Auditor General as required by the Public Finance Management Regulations. Number two is that there was non-compliance with financial reporting requirements could lead to transparency and accountability issues, Mr. Speaker. And the committee made the following recommendations. One, the hospital should adhere to the regulations requiring the submission of quarterly revenue reports to the county treasury and the Auditor General, ensuring that transparency and compliance with the management reporting standard has been achieved, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, we are saying the committee, after a thorough review and a discussion of the Auditor General's findings, acknowledges the overall effectiveness of the internal controls, risk management and governance systems at Mirugi Kariuki Level 4 Hospital. While there are areas requiring attention, such as the non-disclosure on inventory balances, long outstanding NHIF claims, and non-compliance with the specific financial and operational regulations, the hospital's management has demonstrated a willingness to improve and address these concerns. It is evident that the hospital is working towards enhancing transparency, accountability, and the proper management of public resources. The committee recommends that management continue to act on the audit findings, ensure that the necessary corrective actions are implemented to promote financial integrity and operational efficiency. Mr. Speaker, the committee had the following acknowledgements, and the committee extends its heartfelt appreciation to all its members for their dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment to ensuring the transparency, accountability, and good governance within Mirugi Kariuki Sub-County Level 4 Hospital. Each member's contribution, insightful analysis, and collaborative efforts were essential in thoroughly reviewing the Auditor General's findings and formulating comprehensive recommendations. Your collective expertise and constructive engagement throughout this process, Mr. Speaker, have been invaluable, and we are grateful for the time, effort, and professionalism each of you has shown in fulfilling our mandate. This collaborative spirit ensures that we remain focused on the shared goal of improving the hospital's operations and services delivery to the benefit of the community. We sincerely appreciate your continued commitment to public service and the betterment of the health sector in Nakuru County. The committee extends its sincere gratitude to the Office of the Speaker of the Assembly and the Office of the Clerk for their unwavering support throughout this process. Your leadership and commitment to ensuring good governance and accountability have been invaluable. We also acknowledge the management of Mirugi Kariuki Sub-County Hospital for their cooperation during the audit process and for providing the necessary documentation and responses to the Auditor General's finding. We appreciate their ongoing efforts to implement measures aimed at addressing the identified gaps and ensuring improved service delivery. Lastly, we recognize the important role of the Auditor General's Office in providing an objective and comprehensive assessment for the hospital's operation. Their detailed report has been instrumental in guiding our recommendations and ensuring that the hospital's operations remain in line with the statutory and regulatory requirements. We look forward to the continued collaboration to ensure continued success and improvement of Mirugi Kariuki Sub-County Hospital in the years to come. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That is what we had to present before the House after interrogating Mirugi Kariuki Hospital. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to request Mheshimiwa Muraya to second the said report, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Muraya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Joseph Muraya from Biwandani and a member of this committee. And I want to, first of all, thank my fellow members for availing themselves when we were doing these interrogations, though the backlog, as you had communicated, it's huge. So I'm here to second the motion. And Mr. Speaker, as you have heard from the chair, Honorable Simon, it's that we also have challenges in finding out what is ailing our hospitals and bringing them down and not having our hospitals functional fully. So, Mr. Speaker, as the chair had requested, when he will bring the request in the liaison, you consider this committee for the backlog that we have. Mr. Speaker, in our county, it has been a norm that in the first case that there is no facility that is owned by the county government. So that is a norm. And Mr. Speaker, even if it is in the ECD's market, there is no one facility that has a title D that is owned by county government. And so, Mr. Speaker, we need to have the implementations speed up so that we can have all our facilities under county government. Mr. Speaker, it's very sad. As a member of County Assembly representing Biwandani, where we have a level 4 hospital, standing here and attesting that we don't have a title deed. And it has been subdivided, Mr. Speaker. So we are fighting with people, yet we are putting our money in these facilities. We've been quarreling with other people in our dispensaries. And so, Mr. Speaker, we need a speed in acquiring all our facilities. Mr. Speaker, in our report and in our investigations, in our findings, also we got to know that after every Auditor General report is out, there is a mass transfer of all medicines from this facility to the next one. So when we are interrogating Mirugi Kariuki, we are interrogating a medicine who has been posted just a month ago, who has nothing to know. So there is something that is going on in a manner that the fishy work that is being done, they must make sure that they will hide the evidence. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge you and to urge the chair implementation. Once the House adopts the report, which I know they will adopt the report, and I beseech you people to adopt the report, to make it a priority to save our county and the property that we own as a county. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. The motion is now seconded. The motion is that this House adopts the report of the Committee on PAIC on the Auditor General report on the financial statements of the Mirugi Kariuki Sub-County Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022 and 2023, laid on the table of the Assembly on Tuesday, 12th March 2025 during the morning sitting. The motion is open for debate. The member for Elbagon and then the member for Nakuru East.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy because now the Auditor General have started actually now to vindicate the Health Committee, because majority of the issues that we've also been highlighting on the ground are the same issues that are being highlighted by the Auditor General, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy because now the Auditor General have started now doing something we call performance audit, and is looking critically at the level of services that are offered by our facilities. And to start with, Mr. Speaker, I do not agree and I do not believe that Mirugi Kariuki is a level 4. That's a level 3, Mr. Speaker, and it should be treated as such until such time that the department will be upgrading in terms of infrastructure, in terms of staffs, and in terms of even, Mr. Speaker, coming up with the proper equipment for that facility, Mr. Speaker, to be called a level 4. Mr. Speaker, it beats logics as to why we should be cheating ourselves that our level 4 should have a single medicine. And you have seen, according to the Kenyan standard, Mr. Speaker, we are supposed to have 16. In terms of nurses, Mr. Speaker, you have seen, we are supposed to have 75. We have 13. Then you tell us that we believe that that's a level 4. We'll be lying to ourselves, and the members of the public are going to continue suffering, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, number 2, there is an issue of morgue and other establishments, Mr. Speaker. You can imagine, Mr. Speaker, we say that there are standards for level 4s. You have seen the kind of because I've seen what the Auditor General have said in terms of laboratory that they have. Mr. Speaker, we are joking, or rather the executive is joking, and we should actually retract ourselves. When they were accrediting these facilities, we raised our arm, and we say they are doing a long thing. And Mr. Speaker, it has been reflected. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would wish, because also as a health committee, we are going to go to that facility and see whatever is happening there, Mr. Speaker. We are going actually to request them to downgrade that facility. It's a high volume level 3 and should be given that such kind of status. In terms of, Mr. Speaker, title deeds, it has been a song. And that song, Mr. Speaker, now the Auditor General have become now, you know, they are playing now the tenor lull of actually echoing whatever we have been saying, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's high time that each and every facility to be given a title deed so that we can be able to move forward, Mr. Speaker. In terms of transfers, Honorable Mwangi have said, Mr. Speaker, I can tell you, the kind of the managers that we are giving responsibility of manning these facilities are not trained on management. They are just fresh graduates from the university, and just because they've been given a lot of medical officers, they are given now the responsibility to man the facility. Mr. Speaker, we are trivializing ourselves, and something ought to be done so that we can incubate, or rather we can employ managers. Those who have financial management and such kind of things, Mr. Speaker, they can learn those facilities. Then the medical officers can concentrate on doing the medical issues and offering services appropriately so that we can have enough work, actually enough population of staff who can be serving our facilities. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would wish that this report to be looked and to be mirrored towards the expectation of that facility so that we can be able to move forward.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance. First and foremost, I want to say I'm the area MCA of the facility that have been mentioned, widely mentioned here, and say when the report was tabled in the first place, I had to engage the management of the hospital. And indeed, there is something that came up out of the discussion I had with the management of the hospital. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is worth noting that the facility received a management letter on 27th of December last year, and they were given 3 days to respond to the queries, which they did by 30th of December. But to their amazement, or to what shocked them as management, the management letter that was given to the facility is the same report that was given as the last report, even after they had given the management response. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is even worth to mention that the Office of the Auditor General needs to do its work the way it's supposed to be done. Because when somebody gives you a response in the management letter, you need to include the response from the final report, and that is a concern from the facility. But I want to acknowledge the work done by the Committee on PAIC and say this is a mirror that as an area MCA, we are going to see what can be done to the hospital. And I want also to say, as it has been said, that the Mirugi Level 4 hospital, indeed, it's not a Level 4 in practice. It's a Level 3 because we lack a lot of things. And this goes to the Department of Health, Nakuru County. It is not good to just baptize facilities Level 4s, but what we are offering, it's not worth Level 4. So, as a resident of that area, we can say that we have to give priority to our facilities, and whatever has been mentioned by the Auditor General